Alright, fuck it. Here we go. Alexander Cooper. A pleasure to meet you, even if it's over video. Been listening to Data Gang probably since episode 4 or 5. When actually you convinced me, no joke, I met you on a Barstool Gold tour in the new office. I was leaning on the desk talking to Ebony, and you said that I looked like I belonged at Barstool, and that's why you were embarrassed to ask my name because you thought that you should have known it. And it may be the greatest compliment I've ever been paid in my life. But you got me to listen to the show, and I've been listening ever since. So, thank you. Thank you for getting me on the show because now I listen to it every Wednesday. So, my name is Jonathan Stanko, 27-year-old single, male, living in Norwalk, Connecticut. In terms of relationship and dating history, I've had maybe three serious relationships. One in college and a little bit after, one a couple years after that, and one very recently after that second relationship, immediately. I have been cheated on. I have been the emotional cheater. I have had one mutual breakup. So there we go. We can cover all three of the spectrums there. I've done long distance on a couple of these relationships too. So I know what that's all about. I don't get free flights across the country to go visit these ex-lovers or whatever. But regardless, long distance has its default, has its downfalls. But in terms of other dating relationship, I probably slept with about 20 women. That's probably the number, somewhere around there. Most after college, 100%. Did not reach my peak, quote unquote, until after college and I was living in Boston. And then in terms of the way I am as a lover, I am a quiet, dominating, and giving type. I legit, like, in terms of the quietness, I've never gone up to a girl at a bar and bought her a drink or asked for a number. Just don't have the self-confidence to do it. Won't do it. Don't know how. I would be stumbling all over my words. Don't have a good one-liner, nothing. But, once you get me in the bedroom, I'm a different type of guy. My favorite thing to do, literally, and I'm going full Park and Rec literally on you. My favorite thing to do, and nobody believes me until maybe when I'm doing it, is my favorite thing to do is to eat out a girl and make her come while eating out. It's the best thing in the world. It's the hottest thing in the world. Like, there's nothing better. There's nothing better than having her hand in your hair, the thighs kind of squeezing up against your face as she's getting closer to climax. And then, Alex, that half second that girls do of silence, that gasp of air, they don't even know they do it, probably. You don't even know you do. I mean, you might know. I don't know. It might be all part of your mental warfare just to make us happier. But whatever it is, it fucking works. That half second of silence before a girl comes when you're eating her out, when you see her kind of suck her stomach in or grab her tit really fast or pull on your hair harder, and then before she moans, pants, screams, whatever, that's the fucking hottest thing in the world. I have fucking goosebumps talking about it. Like, that's the fucking hottest thing in the world. After that, like, fucking sex is fun. I mean, sex is fun regardless. You have to be able to laugh at yourself while having sex, for sure, 100% of the time. But also, after that moment, she's happy because she came. There's less pressure on the guy, on me, because I don't need to fucking, if she's super hot and I don't last very long, even though I did buy Roma's Place because of you, I'm a shill for that. It fucking works. But if I don't last super long, she came. That's not important. She fucking came already, because my favorite thing to do is eating a girl out. There's fucking nothing hotter than when she comes in your mouth. Literally, there's nothing hotter. All right, now in terms of stories, as a father, I think you'll appreciate this one. I have hooked up in a father's house. Now, by that, I don't mean my father. I don't mean someone else's father. I don't mean a random's father. I don't mean your father. What I do mean is I hooked up in a father's house in terms of religion. I've hooked up in a priest's house multiple times. This is usually the winner of Never Have I Ever or Craziest Places You've Hooked Up. But I've hooked up in a priest's house multiple times. Back when I was in high school, had a classic high school relationship of dating, hooking up with a girl, and she was next door neighbors with a priest who went on frequent family vacations. And he would ask her to house sit, and we would drive that car into the driveway with the headlights off and have ourselves a grand old time. I can tell you, I know almost every inch of that house, and I can tell you for a fact that decor in the bedroom is something that I could paint like a Picasso painting. Remember fucking all of it, including one fucking crazy feature. And also, just one thing from the hooking up in that priest house, the first time I ever saw lingerie, and this is just a great talking point for your show, is fucking talk about the power a girl wields the first time she wears lingerie in front of a guy. It's seared into our brains. Like, it's stuck in there. it's going to be in his mental spank bank forever. This was the first time in the priest house where I saw a girl wear lingerie, and I remember every single fucking inch of it. And I remember fucking eating her up while she was on the phone with her mom while she was wearing it. Like, fuck. Like, it's just the fucking hottest thing in the world. The first time a girl wears lingerie with a new guy, it's seared into his head forever. Forever. So there you go, the priest house. That's a story upon itself. Second story is more of a long, romantic, not really that kind of romantic, depending on how you think, but a long and winding road. The tale of wifey. The girl that got away. I got a stupid fucking grin on my face because the story is ridiculous. But a girl I fucking swiped right on Tinder when I was living in Boston, didn't think I had a shot. But, let alone, we matched. I thought she was a bot. I remember the first thing she wore when we met at the bar for the first time. I remember the first time we hooked up. She's the girl that got away. I had to leave because I got a job, and it stunk. But let alone, she lives near where I work. So we met up one time when she was coming home for Thanksgiving break. I almost got caught in her house while fucking her, which is a crazy fucking story because it was the same night as a fantasy football draft with my friends, and my sister drafted me, so my friends found out that I was with somebody else, not doing the draft. Fucking, it's just a bonkers story. And I didn't see this girl for 2 years, except for once. We met under the bleachers at a Fenway Park, literally just kissed on the cheek and caught up. But then 6 months ago, this girl slides back into my DMs because she's broken up with her boyfriend that she was dating for years, and we're now talking almost every day. We've hung out twice, like legit, like alone, and I don't know what's happening. She's playing tricks with my mind. She's playing the ultimate slow game of all time. But guess what? I'm so in on the game as well. The tale of wifey. There's so many stories. She drives me crazy in the best way possible. And then a third quick story, which frankly be an add-on story, not the longest story involved, but an embarrassing cringe one. Oh, I have a couple cringe ones. The embarrassing cringe one is I do ESPN broadcasts for work sometimes, do some play-by-play, color commentary. Was doing a game with my girlfriend, doing a softball game. We're signing off of the broadcast, so for so-and-so, I'm so-and-so, saying so long. I called her by my last name live on air for thousands of people to watch and hear. I didn't know I did it until after the fact when she's looking up at me going, "Excuse me? What? What'd you say?" And then I'm getting a text from various people, one of which may have been her mom. So that's a very cringeworthy story. And I should mention the other super cringe, which is honestly probably the most cringeworthy thing I've ever done romantically, like unintentionally cringy. But in terms of the priest house, I also hooked up a lot of mission trips when I was in high school. I'm not a religious man. I would go on these trips literally to just hang out with friends and try and hook up with girls. First girl I ever kissed was on a mission trip. Don't remember her name. It was during Evan Almighty in the back row. But we got back from the trip. We're in a giant lunchroom. And I go sit down with this entire girl's family after they haven't seen her for a week. And I let my parents alone in the corner. And it's just the most oh, God. Stanko. I can't believe I did that. I don't remember her name. Yeah, and she was older than I was too, so God knows it was probably super embarrassing for her. So the crazy story out of that just came about. Yeah, fucking, it's cringe, just cringe. And then in terms of quickly, dating advice questions, this is a question I have for you, Alex. And whether you're going to discuss this with me as a guest or frankly by yourself or with another guest, I'm genuinely curious about the answer. Why is it so fucking hot now for guys to go to therapy? I'm not complaining because I go to therapy and God knows I fucking need it. But when I mention to a girl now that I go to therapy once a week, their ears perk up and they automatically start asking questions and become more interested. And I want to know why. What does that trigger in the female brain? Like, I want to know why. Is it because we're trying to figure out our shit that we obviously don't know? But like, I want to know why. Why is guys going to therapy the hottest thing in the world? It's becoming more and more public on Twitter and Instagram. I've seen, has this always been a thing? Or is this just recently it's becoming public? Like, is this a new fad? I don't know. Explain to me, Alex. I need your fatherly wisdom on this one. Tell the daddy gang why men going to therapy is now like one of the hottest things they could do. I don't get it. I want to understand it, but I just don't. So yeah, Alex, seriously, I want to thank you for watching this video. I want to thank your producers who probably have to watch also hundreds of these videos. Man, you guys are putting a ton of effort, but let me tell you, when you get guests on the show, it's going to be fucking immaculate. Because you guys are going to open up so many shelves that have been closed for these people who come as guests on the show. They're going to tell crazy stories. I can tell. You guys are going to do great work. So, again, I'm Jonathan Stanko. Thanks for watching this video. Reply back to the team if you want to hear from me, but I hope to hear from you guys soon. And seriously, thank you so much. Proud to be a member of the Daddy Gang.